Here's Mike at Crash Bushcraft. I've got a couple of projects that I've been working on for a few months here and there, tinkering around with them. One of them is a 17-inch knife. Now this knife here is not something that I personally would want. It's not something personally that I enjoy. I have friends that like large knives. I said, well, let's see what the hoopla is about it. Me personally, anything over 6 inches is a waste of blade, just period. That's just me. But these guys, and there's a lot of you out there that like those. That's great, because that's what you buy and that's what you like. Just as well as I don't like them, I like the 6 inch. You may not like the 6 inch, but that's another story. But what I want to talk about though is I don't make knives for a living. I am not one of these knife makers. I make mistakes with them. I've had knives that I've worked on for hours and they break. I just go out there in my little homemade forge and I start heating metal up. I think I got it at the right temperature. I don't shoot it. I don't aim it. I don't say, oh, we're at the right 1100 degrees. We're at 624.7 degrees. I don't do any of that. I look at the metal. I work with it. I feel it. If it feels good, I go with it. If I think I'm at it, I just use what I have. So by any means, anyone that watches my videos, these are not tutorials on the proper way to make a knife. These are how to make a knife with common tools that you just have, that you just want to go out and make a knife. You don't have $400 or you don't have $200 to get one of the very nice knives that are out there for that price. You just want to make one. You just may want to go back and put it up in a cabinet and say 25, 40 years from now, say, look, I made this. Because how many people really have those in their house that says, I have made a knife? What is a knife? In my opinion, a knife is an instrument that you use for cutting. It's a tool. There's many brands of tools out there. There's many brands of knives out there. There's many everything. So if you want to learn how to make a knife, get on YouTube, search it, check it out, look at all of them, see what fits your best or your best way of doing it, and go at it. If you break it, the most you have is your time. And what was you going to be doing anyway besides sitting by a chair watching other people do what you wanted to do? So get out there and do it. So we'll get back with you and I'll show you the little simple processes that I go through, and it'll probably be a 3 or 4 or 5 part series. So hang tight and let's just get with it. We got the blade in. Here's this. See how quick it's heating up. Then I'm going to start the process and go on over a little bit more. I'm just going to kind of keep it coming in and out to keep it from getting too hot and burning through the metal. It's not the proper way of doing it, but I also don't have the proper cord set up, but it gets me what I need to get done. Alright guys, we're at the end of the blade where the handle's at. It's sitting right here. You have to watch, especially if you have a forge like I do, not to leave that laying up too long, because she will curve your blade. So what I generally do is find the longest point that I have and do that. But if you can't do that, you're better off if you lay the blade in up and down than like this, because it will just do that. It's just something I've found out. I mean, it may not be the correct way, but it's what I've found to keep it from doing that for me. On this here, I've already went through it, but magnet, it won't, stays there, does it here. But once you get here, it pulls. But it's already been done. But once it gets to that state, then you're good to go. Now it's just time to let it cool off. There she is, guys. She has been annealed. You've seen the process I went through. I don't have a large enough forge to anneal the whole thing at one time. I just have to properly go through it. I just hope that it works. And if it don't, I got nothing in the saw blade. I have enough to make 150 of these same size with that saw blade that is sitting over there. I got nothing but time. Like I said, I would just be sitting down. So let's get with it. Let's see how well that she does with just a simple grind, and let's see how well it does. Alright, if you got a table saw, set it up 15 degrees. Just cut it. Get it on the flat surface, stick it in, get it up to it, and you're just going to grind off. Some people mark to get it dead center. I'm not making a precision knife. We're making a knife for you to go out in the building and make one. So let's get to it. Now we're going to take and make that same 15-degree angle, but only on one side, and bring it all the way down. So, alright guys, here's the grind. I'm going to clean it up with some 80, kind of give it a little fresh right across through here. I don't really clean any of this blade off until I'm ready to be done and get ready to harden it back. Because I'm just going to stick it in there and then I'll just get any rough or anything. But I like the look. I mean, it's an old saw blade. I want you to know that this wasn't tool steel or this wasn't a stock. This was just an old blade. So when you see one of them, if you ever see me in person and you see one of my knives, you go, man, that was made from a saw blade. But let's get it cleaned up. She's been cleaned up. And whenever, I don't think I put it in there, whatever, you're going to be drawing the knife to you for this draw blade part that I kind of made in here for me to be able to use it. So naturally you're going to want the grind to be on this side. The grind to be up on this side. I did come back here, put a small grind. You can notice the difference in the height from here to here. That way it's just so that there is still a little bit of a cutting edge there. But I still have my draw knife part that I want. Alright, now I'm going to get the basic shape of the handle that I want. It's already kind of in there, but I want it to be a little more grippable for me. So, and then I'll probably round some of this here down just a little bit. So there is no method to this, just going to go with a feel. It's not a finished knife by no means. There'll be another part to this. It'll be putting the scales on it, getting the holes drilled for it, setting the glue, setting the scales to it, finishing up any of the grind and smoothing it out or anything like that, and then we'll get her put in. I can see, and I noticed it a while ago when I was doing some grinding, there is a slight bow right here, just a little bit. So she's not a straight tuned knife, not balanced or anything of that nature. You can kind of tell as it wants to flop to one side just by setting it in there, which I mean they're naturally going to. But it's just a prototype of me banging around out in the middle of the shop, things that you can do just for the kicks and giggles of it. So stay tuned for part 2.